Hey people, Intro here, February 3, Grey Suck, Undercity, Blue Team. LimBeiCoronaChan is a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat, great for capping and harassing some powerful control abilities, getting straight up to that contested VP up there. Alongside, JamezNunes is a Plague Champion, starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. Rounding off this team is desked with a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. We have this blacked out Dark Angels DLC scheme here. Red team, some Imperial Guard, DiesIrae 27, been a while since I've seen this guy, with a Lord General fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers, really strong defense and support, can also add to the retinue. Nice to see some older players coming back. Grimm with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in melee, begins with a refractor shield, and alongside, rounding off the red team, Paranoid Kamikaze with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. The Ultramarines DLC here recolored. Now going to go fight some enemy tactical marines. A little bit on Noble Worship to help out the Plague Champion. Oh, a misused Doom Blast there, didn't actually get the Lord Commissar. Sentinel decapping the wreck point, because of course they did. Where are the Grimm's guardsmen? There's some in the mid here. Something already grabbed this contested power for blue team, not sure what it was. Just got their natural VP as well, 1-to-1 cap very early on. Nobody's got the northeast. Eldar are smothering it though. Lord General's lost his retinue buddies. Banshees wary of the potential stomp, I think, but now they're in on the Lord General. Getting some good special attacks, getting some good damage in with those power melee weapons. Very lucky to get away with one of his retinue buddies. Oh, he went down. Can they finish him off? 8 hit points, he gets away. Here's some support from Paranoid Kamikaze now. Banshees did drop one model, they did really well. Warp Spider Exarch, I think, was trying to finish off the Lord General there, but has to flee. I mean, it did some good work, did some good damage, but did have to overextend slightly to do it. Got hit by Kamikaze. Grimm's Sentinel also all the way up there. Heavy weapon, guarding weapon team here for LimBei with that Shuriken cannon now. Sentinel's not gonna like this. It's only got heavy infantry armor, this vehicle, so you can damage it with small arms fine. If it gets close to this Shuriken, it's gonna take huge amounts. Looks like JamezNunes lost their heretics and had to replace them. There's some more Noble Worship. We've got a Bile Spirit in play. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen one used. And Blight Grenades. You're going to set up the Blight Grenade with the Bilious Discharge. Maybe. Catachans on the way for Grimm. Paranoid with Devastators after the second Scout Squad. Northeast is turning red. They're trying to grab that contested power as well. Mid, we have some Space Marine presence. Dest looking to get in around something maybe. Flame attacks. I thought they were going to try and have a run at this, but it seems not. They're backing up. Scouts also not going for the VP here. Meanwhile, Grimm's shooting up a contested power. And the Plague Marines found some action. Chucks the Blight Grenade in. It's a good hit. It's a good hit. It's a lot of damage. Paranoid still has their Tactical Marines up. They can heal them, of course, with the Apothecary. Has gone for a customized Storm Bolter, but they had no energy to do stuff there. I wonder if they had already used full auto on the Plague Champion or something. He shrugged it off. Catachans with their Grenade Launcher, getting a really good disruption and edge of Shotgun Blast. Chainsword and Storm Shield Force Commander for Desk. Might see the full support build with the Sacred Standard in Tier 2 as well. Big fan of that. There's the Defend. The Chainsword and Storm Shield does give him extra health and extra damage resist. And then he can pop Defend for even more ranged damage resist and suppression immunity. Makes him a giant pain in the ass in big team fights because he can buff so much stuff with it. Apothecary falls over. Should get revived there though. But it's good pressure from blue. They can get the Devastators out here. Maybe they could go after the power. We got double Sniper Scouts for Paranoid Kamikaze. Devastators are off the field. the flame attacks of Desk are roasting some guardsmen up. These are Eternal War CSM, not sure why they're chasing so far. Trying to finish off those guardsmen, couldn't quite get it done. And they dropped a model for it. Yeah, I think they overextended a bit there. Lord Commissar with a power sword. Very popular choice. Gives him a power weapon and the awesome lead by example for a speed boost and inspirations on melee attacks. Shuriken in a nasty spot at the bottom, at the base of that ramp there. Tons of damage on the Sentinel. I think they've got it. They have got it. Sniper scouts get some good shots on the Warp Spider, then back off. Sniper rifles are setup weapons, but they have a pretty short setup time. You still need to be careful with it. Typically you want to shoot and then move, shoot and then move, because you'll be like reloading your gun while you reposition and tear your weapon up and that kind of thing anyway. Grenade launcher Lord General. Actually surprising damage off these, especially if you can hit like all 3 Marines in a squad in tier 1. You get some good hits and it gives you the move to reposition or get away from something nasty, such as potential noxious clouds from this guy and blight grenades and stuff. Tier 2s for JamezNunes, Desk, Grimm and DiesIrae. DiesIrae, I think is what I meant to say it. I think. Latin something. It's Latin something. Red team trying to take the northeast back. There's the Bilious Discharge. The Plague Champion went down trying to get it done. Slowing down those attacks. Bilious Discharge is so good. Warp Spider with heavy gauge. Stunning some scouts. Also has improved targets. Look at the range. Look at the range. Force one is going to get a revive on a Plague Champion. Does have Artificer armor here. No sign of Sacred Standard yet. They probably want to get a unit up first. Raptors on the way in tier 2 for JamezNunes. A good choice. Can shut down the Devastators and attacks. Needs to be careful of the Catachan Devils around though. Banshee taking some free shots off the Apothecary. Got an aspiring champion for the CSM. Going to use that. Yep, they're going to use the shield, the Eldar shield there. 478 to 429. Shield is down. Kraken bolts popped by the tactical marines. Sniper scouts could get shots in as well as some Nurgle worship. I think they're going to be okay without dropping a model. Retreat grenades here. There we go. Not quite flush, but they got a couple of models. Here comes the pushback for the red team. Blue team only just now taking northeast though. Got a decap on the VP. Warp Spider trying to grab the power. Can they hold? Shuriken needs to do a lot of work here. It's going to get peppered by the scouts. It's got crack shot up on it for more range and more damage. And the Warp Spider's being aggressive, trying to get rid of those scouts. Doing some good DPS with his heavy gauge and improved targets. Here come Raptors, and they have their aspiring champion immediately. A jump troop that suppress when they land with that cacophony effect. Good melee damage as well, and with the aspiring champion he gets a heavy melee demon ward. It's quite scary. They don't want to run headfirst into Devastators though, taking tons of damage here, the Raptors. JamezNunes not paying attention. They're getting melee down and down they go. What were they concentrating on? Oh, they must have been looking at this. Loses the Raptors. Big loss there. Those guys were upgraded as well as we saw. We do have a Sacred Standard in play for Desk. And some Stone Guard veterans here. Librarian on the way for Paranoid Kamikaze. Can support the Devastators with Veil of Time. Help them be maneuverable. Chimera up for Grimm. Stormtroopers for DiesIrae. Going for the Assault Kit. Might see a good period of pressure here for the red team because JamezNunes down to just 2 units. Dropping those Raptors might be tough for them to hold. We'll see. Right Lance is up. I'm not sure why. They haven't seen a vehicle up here. But here it is. It's an anti-vehicle weapon. Can't do much against infantry. CSM getting dunked on by the Catachans and all of the las guns. There's a Bilious Discharge. Tries to follow up with the Blight Grenade. Gets it. Gets it. Look at the Catachans getting absolutely melted and down they go. That's how devastating Black Grenades can be. If you stand in the initial explosion site, it does huge amounts of damage to infantry. Here's the Librarian. He's got a Force Staff already. Gives him a nice power weapon, decent range damage too, with those lightning hands. Also, the Force Barrier is pretty awesome. And gives him 100 health. Let's forget about that bit. 435 to 429. Kicking off in the mid. Pushed up here with some mid-map authority is Grimm. Autocannon doing its thing. Lord Commissar goes straight after the Force Commander and pops the Guardsman with Inspired Courage. And they've got plasma guns, doubling their damage there. And Desk backs the hell away from that. We do have Stern Guard. These guys can change their ammo to combat all targets. Can only have one of these guys at a time. And they've got acidic Hellfire rounds loaded in to give some damage over time against light infantry and heroes, such as these Guardsmen. The Commissar with Stubbornness up now. And Carapace armor. He's got a lot of great self buffs. Oh wow. The tax just dropped. CSM trying to get into melee, but they took so much damage doing it. He had Inspire Courage up on the autocannon. It's still up. And JamezNunes drops the CSM now. Blue team are reeling. Big losses. Red team about to seal this out. They got to get this power down, surely. Got to come and get this power down. They have Flamer Guardsmen too. Forcing off the Eldar as well. They can get the VP. They can steal that power. They can bash this power. They got this VP even. Blue team really are reeling. Interesting, says LimBeiCoronaChan. Where is everyone? They're all falling over dead, my friend, I'm afraid. You're going to have to carry your team a bit. They've all gone tier 3, which is a bold move. JamezNunes only has Heretics. Level 2 Heretics with an Aspiring Champion. Armor of Pestilence up for the Plague Champion here. Look at the damage those Heretics took. Did those guys have Inspired Courage again? They did, but right at the end I think they got it. Oh, we got some Chosen Plague Marines for JamezNunes. These guys unique to the Plague Champion. I don't think they want to run into this though. Alone. Yeah, even those guys take a whole bunch of damage from this stuff. Got tons of hit points. Chosen Plague Marines, but can't run into anything. How the blue team going to get themselves out of this? Tier 3 for Paranoid Kamikaze. We got a Melter Gun Lord General. There's the Bilious Discharge into Grenade Throw again. And it's worked again pretty well actually. Catachan's having to retreat off. And he just got a heal from the Apothecary. We've got a little bit of disease for his trouble. Stern Guard of Desk, not wasting any time to get onto the VP. Here come Catachan Devils though. And they are a threat. Shotgun Blast. Only knocked down one fella for some reason. There's a grenade launcher though. They could get to some power melee going in there. Maybe. They should be, I think. No, they're just going to stand back, take some Hellfire shots. I'm not sure. Maybe it wouldn't have been wise to get into melee there. Wouldn't take a bunch of damage getting in. And the Stern Guard are no slouch in melee. Vortok dropping in. LimBei trying to make some kind of progress in the northeast. Vortok jumping back for the heal buff there on these Heretics. Gives them a damage buff and a bit of heal when she lands. You see the blue glow on those Heretics weapons now. She's an awesome little sub-commander, the Vortok. So quick on their feet, got some cool gear options as well. Decent Black Grenade throw. Blue team hitting back. They are hitting back. Librarian getting way too close to stuff. What is he up to? Wants a bit of a fight, I guess. Smacks through some Heretics who then steal the bunker. Looks like it's a medical bunker. You see all the green healing hexagons there. Gets away. Gets away. Chosen Plague Marines. These guys passively damage nearby enemies and have the Nurgle Rot. Also have damage over time plague weapons, which are pretty cool with power melee. Vortok gets a spear out and then runs away. It's a Predator tank for Desk. Back towards the southwest. Grimm is taking back the mid-map points. Stole blue team's natural VP and their natural power there. Getting their own VP back, of course. There's going to be a 2-to-1. JamezNunes says, JamezNunes, Land Raider Redeemer on the way though for Kamikaze. And Grimm with some Cadian Kasrkin. It's a nice bunker to steal, isn't it? Can reinforce off that now. Got shields up and stuff. 290 to 425. Where's the Predator gonna go? Looks like it's gonna try and get some map back towards the west and the south first. It's not gonna be easy to push. Looks like DiesIrae is trying to get around the side a little bit. Pathogen's doing some work. Banshee's getting in there, or trying to get in there. Shotgun blast though, and a massive weight of fire. But here comes a Blight Grenade throw. Hits it well. And the Chosen Plague Marine is adding to that damage over time just by being close enough. Got some good kills, got some really good kills. And they infected these guys as they ran past. Land Raider Redeemer hits the field. DiesIrae with Ogrins, getting a Bone Leader, so you might see some Bullgrins as well, which is fun. Maybe with some support armor war gear for them, stabilizers or something. There's Nurgle's Rot from the Chosen Plague Marine, so these guys will be turned into a zombie if they go down while it's active. And red team punch back in the northeast. Light grenades go up, but it looks like it did some friendly fire. Ogrins get away, dropping 2 models though. That was kind of nasty. And here's LimBei with a phase shift. Does not have a nuke to drop after it and then goes down. Land Raiders up. Can reinforce off this thing and perhaps more importantly, retreat back to it. So it allows your team to be super aggressive in their pushes and then retreat back to the Land Raider. Well, it was a good push by the blue team. Maybe they should have tried to stabilize a bit more rather than extending through, but gotta try and take kills when you can get them, you know. Right Lance will be a nice tool to use against the Land Raider, but not alone like this. Banshees don't want to get involved yet without some support, I guess. And LimBei is a ways off an Eldritch Storm. They did spend some red to get the Autarch in, of course. Lehman Russ on the way for Grimm. JamezNunes went for a Predator tank with the Mark of Nurgle. Did not get Terminators up. Oh, and there's some mines dropped in by the Lord Commissar. Damage now on the Land Raider, and las cannons coming in. There they are. Also got Vengeance rounds on the Stern Guard. Big fight brewing in the northeast. Force Commander trying to stop that revive, but the Apothecary is back to their feet. Thanks to the Lord General. Don't see any Bullgrins yet. There's still Ogrins back there. Got 2 tanks to help them push. Some retreats back to the Land Raider. Land Raider took a big chunk of damage there, you know. You got some tacks in the northeast just standing there, not actually capping that power or anything. Terminators on the field for Kamikaze now. Grenades going in. A little bit wayward. There's a phase shift on their own units. Oops, they say. Bit of an oopsie. Creeping barrage from DiesIrae. Massive fight here. Assault Terminators coming in. Those heavy melee Thunderhammers going straight for the Land Raider. We've also got some Chaos Terminators in there. What a push from the blue team. Light grenades thrown in. We've got Nurgle's Rock creating some zombies as well. Absolute madness. Hell of a push from the blue team. All of a sudden, look at their armies. LimBei's now in tier 3 as well, so we could see an avatar very soon. They've got Assault Terminators, they've got Chaos Terminators, they've got a couple of tanks up, they've got the Chosen Plague Marine still. Got some dangerous and supportive heroes. Here's the Lehman Russ with a Vanquisher, good versus other vehicles. Bilious Discharge into the Blight Grenade. This Blight Grenade is doing some serious work all the way through the game here. Some Cadian Kasrkin with the melter guns in hand. These guys can freely switch between different weapon loadouts, which is awesome ability to have, but they're caught out here. I think they'll be okay. Ogrins run into a grenade. Lord General trying to chase down the tank. Another grenade goes in there. Chaos Terminator's getting some kills, which gives the demoralization effect. Lord General runs. Ogrins have to run. They shouldn't have gone in alone there, I don't think. Grimm's Lord Commissar might go down here. Level 3. Oh, maybe he gets away. Where did the Chaos Terminators go? Oh, they teleported onto the tank, trying to finish it off. There's Assault Terminators teleporting, trying to get this Leman Russ down. It's well worth teleporting to take out a Leman Russ. And they get it. That's a big win. A big win. They're inspirational on kill as well. Chimera backs the hell away from that. We have a game here, ladies and gents. Another Leman Russ on the way for Grimm. 167 to 350. And they're grabbing red team's natural. Look at that. Sneaky scouts from desk. Well played. Apothecary grabbing northeastern contested though. They do have armor of the Apothecarian. They do have improved medical equipment. They got Terminators. They got a Land Raider. Cyclone missile launcher. Couldn't quite get that tank. Chosen Plague Marines on those Terminators now. Level 2, almost level 3. Oh, they got it. The Ogrins and the Lord General able to get down that Nurgle tank. Can the Ogrins get away though? They are at the Land Raider, but they are also infected. I think they're going to be alright. Yeah, they're alright. Lord General reinforcing his retinue buddies. Got no requisition. I was going to say maybe get stabilizers up, but no rec to get stuff. Got a sneaky webway down here from LimBei. Red team got their natural back. Also a sneaky Apothecary back here. Somehow getting a wreck point. Not sure what he's up to, but he's getting a wreck point. That's what he's up to. Couldn't quite finish the cap though. Banshees on retreat path. They should be alright, I think. Yeah, even with double grenades hitting perfectly, I think he would have been alright. Level 3 Apothecary. Avatar of Cain on the way for LimBei. JamezNunes down to 2 units now. Those heretics, level 4, somehow still around. And Terminators. Got a level 5 Plague Champion. Maybe we'll see the Plague Fist to help Caps later on. Speaking of Caps, some loyalist Terminators from Kamikaze trying to grab this VP. They got a decap. And there's the advanced healing. They should be shooting at the Apothecary here. But they're not. Shotgun blast on the Banshees. Autark is in there tying up the Lord General. Banshees getting in. There's the Warshout to suppress everything. And now DiesIrae can now retreat back to the Land Raider. Decent little attempt at a push in the northeast. They're still capping these guys. Banshees going straight for the Apothecary. They know what to do. And they take him down. Maybe almost got him. That was a lot of damage really quickly. Banshees level 3 putting out some hurt. 167 to 310. Red team have really good staying power because of that Land Raider back there. Chaos Terminators getting smacked around by Ogrins. Ogrins have heavy melee damage. They butt you with their guns so freaking hard they can get through anything. Here's the Avatar of Cain though, providing some awesome buffs to nearby infantry, and he's a powerful combatant in his own right, of course. Just killed an Ogrin. There's a Wailing Doom. Ouch. I think they all lived. Yes, they did get away. Chaos Terminator is dropping a model there. Got some Nurgle worship going on. Maybe a Nurgle shrine back here would be pretty good. They still have this webway to get on the VP. Looks like Grimm is thinking about making a run at this VP here. Desk is hanging out. Now ready to defend. Assault Terminator is trying to get that wreck point back. Taking a bunch of damage though. Leman Russ is a Vanquisher again. Terminators go after it with a teleport. Get in Sacred Standard buffs, of course. Could throw for the Emperor on them as well, maybe. Lord Commissar is trying desperately to get onto those Terminators, trying to do some damage. Nurgle tank showing up from JamezNunes, they got another one. Down goes the Leman Russ. But down goes the Loyalist Predator as well. Sacred Standard Assault Terminators are so scary. Stern Guard veterans are of course helping out as well. Here's a Land Red Redeemer for Desk now. Chimera drops. 159 to 310. Still a sizable VP lead for the red team. And they've got the northeast sewn up now. Some blob capping scouts, sure. Land Raiders still here. Looks like they are rotating mid now. Double Terminators for Paranoid Kamikaze. Very, very strong army they've got going on. More webways around here. And they grab the VP off it. 2 to 1 for blue. Double Cyclone Missile Launcher on those Stern Guard. Kind of messed them up actually. Now the Storm Bolter's weighing in. Chaos Pred with Mark of Nurgle. Tons of hit points, health regen, and melee resistance. Not to mention the Nurgly autocannon shell. Apothecary showing up, make sure his Terminator's alright. Here comes the Force Commander, full auto on his face immediately. Autarch jumping in there. Here's some Imperial Guard support. Oh, they're all buffed by Fight Harder over there. Look at that. And there's that advanced healing. That is nuke bait right there. Look at this. Massive blob of stuff. Land Red Redeemer pushing quite far up from Desk. There's a phase shift again, trying to set up a Wailing Doom maybe. Yep, Wailing Doom's going in. There's Angels of Death to help out the Apothecary stuff. Little bit of pressure on the Land Raider. And autocannon there. Oh, autocannon's not shooting at it though. Oh, nice grenade from those Kashyyykin on the Stern Guard. Grimm has to flee. Something. Oh, Heretics being wiped out almost. They did get away. What's the VPs looking like? 2 to 1 for red. They got their natural back. But Desk goes straight after it. Gets some more Assault Terminators in, and why not? What a game. Avatar's Wailing Doom. Good disruption. Ogryns are level 2. I wonder if they're just not going to become Bullgryns. They would lose their levels, I believe. Did they bash the power as well? Nicely done, DiesIrae. Ogryns barely getting out of there. Some decent damage on the Avatar. He might need to march back to base. Desk gets red team's natural. Grimm, I think, should maybe get an Executioner Leman Russ, perhaps. I mean, even then, it's a huge risk against the Terminators. They've got some Stormtroopers. They've got those Kashyyykin who can equip plasma guns, as they've done. 19.7 each. Did they get 2 of them? Yeah, so they're almost 40 plasma DPS from these guys. That's nuts. Not to mention the hotshot las guns they've got, of course. And the grenades and stuff. 141 to 239. Blue team getting some mid-map authority here with the Land Raider. Doesn't seem too bothered about pushing it so far up. We've got some Lightning Claw Terminators now. They'll cleave through these other Terminators pretty nicely. And the Ogryns will be in big trouble if they try and fight them too. Can they take advantage, the blue team, sorry, the red team, of this Land Raider being so far out of position? Well, I'm sure it's in the position that Dest wants it to be in, but it's in a very forward position is what I mean. Can they get after it? I don't think they can, not right now. What is this? Oh, it's a Singularity going off. Where is that D cannon? It's in the mid. 120 to 239. Everything gets back to the Land Raider. Maybe it's time for Kamikaze's Land Raider to push up a little bit so they don't have to retreat so far. Because they've got lots of anti-vehicle with double missile launchers here. Ogryns can get onto the Land Raider as well. Although that's a big risk because of the lightning claw guys being there. They could get it pretty fast, I think. Kasrkin could switch back to their melter guns. These guys have the melter guns. If they could put it all together, the Land Raider would fall pretty fast, but it's a big if. A big if. Red team trying to get the natural VP back here. 120 to 222. Is that none shall fall? No. That might be loyal to the end. Global going off there from the Lord Commissar, I think. Shimmer Orb to save the D cannon. And then all that stuff runs. Terminator's helping out. Heretics helping out. Those level 4 Heretics. They know how to Doom Blast. Straight back on the VP are the Assault Terminators. And they just can't stick around. Grimm's army has lots of offense, but they're not great at digging in their feet and fighting here. A bunch of light infantry, high damage light infantry, but Land Raider gets close to them, they have to get out. Cyclone missile launchers, look how far up this Land Raider is, look at that damage. Almost got half of its bar just from the Cyclone missile launchers there. But nothing is here to help. There's a phase shift. It didn't affect those other Terminators for some reason. Autark jumping in now. Those guys might have to teleport out if they can. There it is. And Apothecary just runs. Avatar pushed up now to help. 111 for 211. Blue team focusing on the 2 natural VPs. And doing a good job of it so far. Surely they need to bring the Land Raider down to that fight. What are these guys up to? Chasing through. Oh, Force Commander's down here. I didn't realise that. Level 4 Apothecary, level 5 Lord General. We have a Leman Russ on the way for DiesIrae. Maybe they could have dropped one in. Maybe DiesIrae wants to drop a rocket run in instead. Desked Land Raider has backed off a bit to midpoint. Some stuff lying in wait from the Lord General here. Those double Terminators coming back again. There's a bunch of plasma. Whole bunch of plasma. Flying in on the Avatar. There's a Wailing Doom. Can they split? Decent job splitting there. Grimm avoided it quite well, I think, considering. And Avatar took a bunch of damage there. Here comes a Plague Champion. Level 6. Wants to throw his grenade, I'm sure. But couldn't quite get close enough for it. Land Raider of Death is going to sit on Red Team's natural VP, it looks like. They need to get much closer to this area in general, I think, the Red Team. They need to get their own Land Raider like here or so. So they can launch attacks off it. But it hasn't been moved for a while. Warp Spider goes down. Should get revived, I think. DiesIrae trying to pick off units on the outskirts with his buffed up little infantry blob here. And there's the retreat into a Wailing Doom. Don't think it'll wipe anything. No, it won't wipe anything. They're all level 4 fellas. And Desked just leaves the Warp Spider back there apparently. Level 6 Force Commander. Can Red Team get their natural back? 71 to 170. They still have the 100 VP lead, the Red Team. JamezNunes now with double Chaos Terminators. One of them with Lightning Claws, one of them with an auto cannon. Grimm is floating resources like crazy. Might be trying to get one of those super heavy tanks up, maybe a Stormlord, for all that sweet anti-infantry damage. Land Raider's so far up. They just can't quite converge on it at the same time, kind of thing. Everything backing away from Lightning Claws, of course. Here's that Leman Russ, gone for Vanquisher. A lot of damage they can pour on those Terminators. Look where the Land Raider is. Paranoid still hasn't moved theirs. And now Blue Team are quite cheekily going for the northeastern VP, but DiesIrae and some Devastators are here. LimBei's putting some pressure on. Might get a good singularity here. Wailing Doom into a singularity. Not bad idea. Not a bad idea. Got a decap. Double cap now for blue. More Chosen Plague Marines for JamezNunes. Red team still can't get their natural back. This Land Raider's just had free reign. Tons of damage on those Terminators though. Oh, they're being chased. Those guys just used their teleport. Can they punish that? Surely you got to move your Land Raider up here. Very puzzled as to why it hasn't moved at all. Even to save the Terminators. Even to save the Terminators it wasn't moved there. Some big misplays with the position of that I think we've seen from Kamikaze. Otherwise they've been so solid. Is it bugged? No, it can move. It's moving. It's moving. Triple cap now for blue. I think they've done enough. Desk seems to think so. Here comes a Baneblade for Grimm. But I think it's a bit too late. Oh, maybe not. Red team are getting northeast and red team are getting their natural back too. Paranoid Kamikaze getting some more attacks in. Dropped in these fellas. And is actually purchasing some more. Land Raider still not moving that much. DiesIrae retreats back to it. Can they get the VP? They're trying. They have their natural, but Desk is all over it immediately. And it's just really tough for Grimm to stand and fight against this. So tough. Force Commander's on the VP, level 6. Here comes the Baneblade. Single cap for blue. I guess it wasn't too late, the Baneblade. It's up. It's here. Lord Commissar goes down. Land Raider Redeemer of Dest has been amazing and used really well. Used aggressively with that double Terminator support. It's like nothing dares get close to it. I think they got a Stone Guard. They got Dest's Stone Guard down there. Everything gets inside the Land Raider. Now the Baneblade is a threat to it. Double cap for blue. And she's yelling at the top. They got the Lima Rust down. Have the blue team done enough? GG, says LimBei. And they get their natural, but I don't know if they can get on any of the other spots. The web ways are a big use, a big help for the blue team here as well. I think the blue team have it. Hell of a fight. Baneblade under a bit of pressure. I think they can see out this 2v1. Oh, they went for a Land Raider at the end. Going to go down, I think. Is it unable to move? What's going on here? Down it goes. And there's a 2-1. And there is the victory for the blue team. They were so far behind. JamezNunes and Desk had basically nothing. Went for the tier 3 and it paid off. They came out swinging in tier 3. And LimBei was solid throughout. Had a level 7 Warp Spider. Level 9 Plague Champion. Did some great Black Grenade stuff. Force Commander very solid for Desk. Lord General's level 6. Kamikaze's Apothecary level 6. Played really well, but I think a bit more mobility on their Land Raider. I mean, I'm always saying not to push your Land Raider too far, but pushing it up to here wouldn't have been too far. Just to help their team angle their attacks kind of thing. And Grimm's Commissar level 5. Maybe if the Baneblade came up a few minutes earlier, they could have pushed back, but it was very tough. And there you have it. Hell of a game. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.